There we are. Holy smokes. I guess we have some problems unaware of. Okay, let me bring up my laptop so I can see comments. I think this will probably be an ongoing problem for everybody today and maybe tomorrow as well. So hopefully I will see somebody soon. I hope everybody made it through the storm okay. There we go. Good morning, Doreen. It took a few. There we are. There we are. Hopefully, there we are. Good morning, Crafting Downstairs with Nancy. That's cute. I like that. Good morning. So I hope, as I said, you all got through the storm okay. We did, I thought, exceptionally well. Good morning, Cheryl. We had the snow, we got the rain, we got the ice, but not as bad, I guess, as we could have had. So I'm not at all concerned. I mean, it'll probably be, I would say later today we'll be able to get out and move around without too much problem. We do have to clear our driveway, but other than that, we did good. No power loss. So, good morning, Robin, Sun in the Mountains. So I will show you what we're going to do today. I changed my print. This is funny. I changed my print midstream after listening to Pat. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what. I had a chance to kind of message her a little bit here and there, wondering how things were going and if she was going to get home before the storm, you know, all the things. And I decided after listening to all of her, it had to be something peaceful, restful, because I think a lot of us are going through, you know, rough time. So with the weather. So we're going to do a nice, peaceful piece. So let me tip you down so you can see what I'm doing. And I went ahead and I did this color for the other piece. So we will see what it ends up being. I can always go around the edges later. So, like I said, we did remarkably well with the weather. We knew they wouldn't plow us until we hit 4 inches. And we just stayed put yesterday, stayed nice and warm. And I said, if it ended up that we, in fact, got the weather, that I would need to come in my craft room and clean it. Yes, it is a pretty print. So my workspace has been completely cleaned up. I'm working on my closet. I got a lot of things cleaned out on the shelf. I still have a long way to go. So it's getting there. It's getting there. What I wanted to do, I won't be able to do. And why is that? Because I have too much stuff. Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you? Yesterday, I laughed at Baxter. He's such a baby. I went out yesterday in the morning, and I do this every year for Baxter and now for Winston too. Winston has a hard time. He doesn't know what to make of the snow. So I went out and I always clear a path for them. Hi, Lulu. How are you this morning? So I shoveled an area for them. And of course I do that. And what do? They go anywhere but. So he was sitting on the step, and as you know, with him having Cushing's, he likes the cold. So he's sitting on the step, and I said, come on, bud, it's too cold. You can't stay out here. He comes up one step and goes, and I went, no. I said, that's not going to fly with me. I said, you get on all fours and walk in the door. And if your foot hurts because it's cold, it's because you didn't come in when you were told. So he put his foot down and came in. I thought, nah, that's not going to fly, bud. But they've been doing fine. And of course today it's a little ice covered. They still have their area, but they choose to stomp around in the snow and the ice. Winston slept the entire day yesterday. He got up long enough to go potty, and that was it. He slept. So he must definitely, must not like snowy, cold weather. So is everybody happy with the outcome of the football game? It didn't matter to me since our team blew it. So, gracious. I wasn't, at this point, it really doesn't matter to me. My husband said he didn't care what I watched yesterday, but when the game came on, I was done. I said, okay, fair enough. All right, so there we go. There's our print. Oh, thank you. Actually, I got those as a gift from the garden club, and I hadn't worn them, and I thought, well, why are you leaving them in the box? You could put them on, so I put them on, I guess, Friday night when we went out to the Legion for bingo. Oh, I'm terrible when it comes to corners. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to give it a quick dry. Good morning, Brenda. How are you? Did you guys get cold weather? Or don't you ever get cold weather? I know you were having rain. Thank you, Donna. Our first Pomeranian that we had used to, good morning, Sparky, put his head down like a bulldozer, and he weighed only 10 pounds, but right through the snow. Loved it. I think Winston does, but because we don't have it all the time, he's not sure what to make of it. If we had more of it, I'm sure he would be crazy in the snow, since he's such a crazy dog anyway. Oh, they're finally plowing your streets. Oh, they did ours yesterday. I don't know. We had a little bit of snow went through this morning, so I don't know if they'll come back or not. It's probably once and done. About the most, with us living in a 55 plus, that's about all we get. I know we have to go out and clear for mailman. And our little bit of a walk that we have needs to be cleared. Just went over the edges. Saturday in our Legion, they had a chili cook-off, so we went over there on Saturday. And our neighbor won #1, which was cool. But when we got home, my husband looked at me and he said, I have chili stomach, and you know, that's gotta watch out for that. Gives them a bellyache, all the spices. And you figure if you try a couple different ones, they're all different. So you're moving right along here. There's Amy. Good morning. Seems like my laptop is a little Crafty Kitty by Jackie. Good morning. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Ruby. And there's Vera. Good morning. I loved your heart. I'll tell you, this last couple of days with all this cold, I've been so very, very lucky with my fingers and the arthritis. Well, guess what? It's here with a vengeance. You made chili last night? Well, there's a lot of things my hubby shouldn't eat because he has the diverticulitis. But does he listen? No. He'd rather suffer. That's on him. Okay, let's see what we can do to perk it up here a little bit. This is a hydrangea, of course. Who doesn't like hydrangeas? But I don't necessarily want the whole thing. Just parts of it. Oh, you're welcome, Vera. It was beautiful. These are even bigger than I wanted them to be. We'll see. We shall see. I don't have any tiny. I've not done spring flower shopping yet. They don't have a whole lot out yet. I think everything has been very focused on Valentine's Day. There we go. I have my Totally Dazzled sitting beside me as well. I think I had mentioned this earlier. I'm still having brain freeze. And of course, I've been working a little bit on my shells, and once I feel comfortable enough that I can do them on here, I will. But I I sure hope everybody made it through the storm okay. And there were no, oops, no fatalities. Gracious. I even cleaned my glue gun and it doesn't, apparently it doesn't like it. Oops, I'm going to get in trouble. My heat tool. Good morning, Kelvy. Yes, I love hydrangeas too. You probably can't see what I'm doing. I should swing it around this way a little bit. What I'm doing is just taking a little bit of hot glue and squeezing the flowers together so they're not quite so big. I think I might be losing a glue tool. I'm getting this yesterday and today, this hissing sound. Let's hope we don't burst out in flames. That would not be a good thing. So I guess I better start looking. I don't know how the rest of you are, but you get something and you get comfortable with it. And you don't necessarily want to get rid of it. There you are. And I know you don't want to see me doing this all the way through, but we will get a portion so you can see where I'm going with all of this. There is very little green. But it is baby's breath, but I do not have any baby's breath, and nothing as tiny as what they show on here. So that's when Sweet Annie comes into play. What little bit I have left. So I worked, like I said, I worked on my craft room. Tried to get things together so I don't have paint scattered all over. I have the small paint, Americana, whatever. What is it called? What is it called? Deco art? I don't know. And then the big one. I put those all together. Things that can be used are in the closet. Cheers. Fabric put away. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? I think I lived on coffee all day yesterday. For sure. So does anybody else have any trips planned excuse me, over the winter months. I just saw something on the news, and I think it was maybe in New York at the airport. No planes. No nothing. No nothing. All those people that are trying to get home. But it's nobody's fault but Mother Nature. So you see, I'll just take the little flowers off. I didn't put my watch on. I'll have to be careful since I lost a little bit of time. One more fold over. Ouch. Hear the garage door going up. You better not have any fancy ideas about going out there shoveling. He's got to be quite careful. Still. So let me show you where we are so far so you can see, whoop, glue strings, where I'm going with it. It's a little boat full of flowers. Good morning, Miss Tracy. I hope you made out okay with the storm. Oh, you're still in a... Whoop. Sharon, you're still in a state of emergency in New York. Excuse me. I think we got maybe a little over 6. Not exactly. It's part of Virginia. We ended up with more ice than snow. Yeah. Good morning, Jackie. You have a wonderful day too. We had the snow, and I know it rained, but then toward the end of the evening when I put excuse me, when I put the dogs out before we go to bed, you could hear the ping ping on the snow, and I looked at my husband and I said, "Yep." I said, "We got to sleep." And of course, I'm sure this is with everybody. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that the temperatures, whether you have a little bit or a lot, it's the temperatures that are supposed to stay so frigid for the week that is making it so terrible. I think all of our schools are closed. All of our government offices are closed. Okay, let's go with another white. And you know, I really thought, now I know We're not that far from PA. But all I ever heard was, oh, Delaware doesn't get much snow. And it wasn't from our realtor. But, yeah, we do. Maybe not as much as some areas, but we do. And it's funny because Tuesday, we had a garden club event, and when we got home, we were all talking about the fact that everybody's daffodils were coming up. Go figure. Go figure. We had just enough warmth and sun that all the daffodils were coming up. Now it looks to me like there are petals in the water. So we will have to put some petals in the water. But I'm going to play around with a little bit more Sweet Annie. I hope all of you got to watch Esmeralda last night in her sale. Boy, she had some goodies. Then she always does. And I ended up with a phone call, so I missed bidding on Chat's heart that he made. So cute. All right. I know we have well, it's Bill's cousin lives in Spring, Texas, and she sent us a picture of her with her fireplace on, and they were expecting ice, which I guess doesn't happen in that much in that part either. Good morning, Kelly Wooten. How are you? Wind chill is 11. Oh, no. I think I lost my love of snow and winter and all that when I became a driver. When I was a kid, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And of course, we all looked forward to the fact that we were going to be able to stay home from school. That was the big thing. And then you went out and you would go sledding for hours. Come back in, have your cocoa. Lunch was usually a hot bowl of tomato soup with a grilled cheese. You'd put your snowsuits in the dryer, and then back out you went. That's when life was simple. Good morning, Cindy Clark. You got 15 inches. Oh, 10 inches Vera got. Well, we do find they cry wolf a lot, and we don't get, we get it, but not as much as, now last year we ended up with more than in PA. Oh my goodness, the glue strings. Okay, looking for my time. So I have 5 minutes. It looks to me like, let me turn my chair around here. It's to look like the boat is sitting and it's got a little bit of green or brown that they get when things are sitting in the water. Oh, homemade minestrone soup. Let me see what color I have here. That's not the one I want. I want the other one. I've given myself more room. Like I told you, one of these days you're going to watch when I go right over the edge. I did not see a schedule, so I do not know who is up next. For all of you, just be patient with us. We don't know who might be affected from the storm that we had. They may be having power issues. Some may not have internet. So hang in there with us, and if we can get on, we'll be on, no doubt. Still fighting glue strings, always. I just kind of wanted to make those areas a little bit more pronounced. Everywhere you look. Who wouldn't like to have a nice boat full of flowers? Nice sunny skies. That's fine, Robin. You have a wonderful day. Stay warm. Brenda is next. Thank you. Thank you, Vera. I hadn't seen anything, so thank you. And hopefully Brenda's not having any issues. I know we're all struggling a little bit with FB, and last week I wasn't able to go on my page. I had to go on Meta. Today, it let me go on my page. So I really don't know. Some of us are having problems with comments. They won't allow it. So there's a lot going on. A lot of patience needed. for us and for you. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm going to work on the flowers a little bit more. I want to put a border also, but I'm not going to have time to do all that. I see Lori Henderson is here. Good morning. Terry, good morning. Jackie Decker, good morning. So in the short time, I'll show you one more time, in the short time that I have left, there you go. Please, all of you, take good care, stay safe. Don't be out there on the roads unless you have to. I don't know, I'm sure in a lot of areas you're not even allowed out on the roads. So just stay safe, be careful, and good morning, Shannon. You stayed home today? Good for you. Good for you. It's not worth it. No job is worth it as far as I'm concerned. So, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Elizabeth. And Pam, thank you. So, love you all. Please be safe. Want to see you all back here next time. So, until then, love you all. Thank you so much for your continued support. And I will see you in the comments. You have a blessed day too, Diane. Bye-bye.